Tell me, in which of your schools you have a bird feeder? You do? Okay. You too, all right. So tell me what food you are giving to birds. Grains, okay. What else? Seeds, sunflower seeds, very good, sunflower seeds. What else? Peanuts, okay. Fat balls, all right. So generally, very good. If we want to feed the birds in winter, okay, the question is, why are we doing that? This is the first question. Why are we feeding birds in winter?
The insect population is disappeared?
Exactly. So the birds are deprived of one of the main source of their food, so insects. Yeah? All what is left is different plant materials like seeds, grains, but they can be difficult to get because of the snow. And so the birds have either to migrate or to change their diet. Yeah? So you don't have to go out and look for them around, but you make them come to you and observe them. See how they behave, what species come to your feeder. So anyway, if you don't have a bird feeder around your school, consider having one. Only you will have to remember about a few things. One is to give them proper food, as natural as possible. Everything that you mentioned is fine. Yeah? So sunflower seeds, lots of grains or flakes, fat balls, fruit. What is wrong? What we shouldn't give the birds? Bread, white bread. The bread is processed a lot. Yeah, so it's not very good for birds. It's salty, etc. What else? Cooked food, leftovers. So anything that a bird wouldn't find in nature. And remember that if you feed the birds when you start in winter, you cannot stop until spring. The worst thing that you can do when you start feeding birds is to stop in the middle of winter, because the bird, when they are used to the place when they are being fed, if they don't find the food when they need it, and it's still winter, it's still cold, they lose energy to look for a new place, and it may be very, very bad for them. There are many types of bird feeders. You can find them in the intranet. You can find them in the worksheets that you got. But today, we are going to build ourselves very, very simple bird feeders for which we use materials that can be found almost anywhere. We have plastic trays, we have plastic bottles. So now take scissors and prepare 3 holes in the bottle. Drive the scissors in, and it doesn't have to be very neat, okay? Something like that, yeah? You put the grain inside, the grain comes out, the birds come, eat the grain, the bottle gets empty, you put new grain, and you don't have to clean it, you just hang it and wait for the birds. You have got your worksheets. On the last page, there is a list of birds that you can find in the bird feeders. So you can use this list and try to check with the kids if all of the species they can see. The feeder should be not too close to the big window, so that the birds are not going to hit the window, which can be very harmful to them. And it should be in an area where there are not too many cats, because the cats can also be a great harm to birds. Try to put the feeder to observe how the birds behave, because the different species behave differently. Some of them will like to feed on the ground, so eating the food that fall off the feeder. Some of them like the teats. A teat, you have the teat here, yes? These are sea corky, tits, the birds that visit very often the feeders. They usually come, grab the seed and fly away. So you can see how to very quickly prepare a nice, efficient bird feeder. I encourage you to do something like that with your kids and enjoy watching and observing birds by the feeders.
I would like to build with you mind map. Inside there is a question and we want to answer the question. Outside you can write information and you can write your proposals. We can use mind map to collect information, to recognize children's personal knowledge or their own experience. I would like you to build mind map around the question, what do birds eat? You can use various colors, shapes, symbols. You can draw, sometimes you can use photos and pictures. It depends on your situation and your materials, yes? We have 5 mind maps and 5 groups. You should know that each mind map can be quite different. It's very individual task. It's very personal task. You can use various colors, shapes, and information. Sometimes we have more, sometimes less information. How can we use mind map when we work with children? What can we do with these mind maps? Try to, for example, check, correct, complete your mind map using our teaching materials from block number 3. It's very good tool, yes, and we can use it at the beginning of classes, at the end, to collect information, to summarize, yes, and to find new information.